Reaction pouring in at this hour to Donald Trump's victory tour. His stop at Carrier, announcing he saved hundreds of jobs from going to Mexico. But just down the road, another factory set to close. Critics pouncing. Will the president-elect now make the same deal for every factory? $7 million in tax incentives. Also breaking, the school in lockdown. The parents who discover guns missing at home, they rush to the school. The hostage drama, the bank robbery suspect holding 11 people at gunpoint. Police moving in tonight inside their effort to end the armed standoff. The view from the disaster zone this evening, the wildfires, the death toll now rising. Families who escaped flames all around them. And this evening, the announcement from Dolly Parton. And the ABC News exclusive here tonight. The chilling new image of the terrorist who killed his co-workers in San Bernardino at a Christmas party. This moment just minutes before he opened fire.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us tonight. And we begin with President-elect Donald Trump. His victory tour, his team preferring it be called a thank you tour. And tonight, hundreds of American factory workers are indeed thanking Mr. Trump. The president-elect in Indiana today walking into the Carrier plant that had been set to close and send those jobs to Mexico. Tonight, Carrier says hundreds of those jobs will be saved, not all of them, but a significant victory for so many families in that community. Tonight, what did Mr. Trump offer that company to keep jobs here, and will he offer it to other companies threatening to take jobs overseas? ABC's Tom Yamas traveling with Mr. Trump.
President-elect Donald Trump touching down in Indiana today to deliver an important message in person, telling hundreds of workers at the Carrier factory he just saved their jobs.
People are crying. I mean, they're all crying. They're so happy. They're going to have a great Christmas. That's most important.
The factory becoming a symbol of corporate greed with this video we told you about on World News Tonight in February. The moment executives informed workers they were eliminating 1,400 jobs.
To move production from our facility in Indianapolis to Monterrey, Mexico.
Trump saw it on the news and promised he wouldn't let that happen.
We're not going to let our jobs be taken away.
He says shortly after winning, he called Carrier CEO.
So I called Greg Hayes. I heard of him, but I never met him. And he picked up the phone. Mr. President-elect, sir, how are you? It's wonderful to win. You know, think if I lost, he wouldn't have returned my call.
Today, Carrier announcing it will keep around 1,100 jobs in Indianapolis, but not all of them, largely in return for $7 million in tax incentives facilitated by the state's governor, Vice President-elect Mike Pence. Critics now asking, will Trump go around the country handing out tax breaks to get other companies to stay? Senator Bernie Sanders saying Carrier took Trump hostage and won, adding the president-elect has signaled to every corporation in America that they can threaten to offshore jobs in exchange for business-friendly tax benefits and incentives. Carrier is owned by United Technologies, which has billion-dollar defense contracts with the federal government, which could be another reason they're happy to cut an early deal with the new president. President-elect Trump just wrapped up his announcement here at the Carrier plant. Some of the workers here are celebrating as they leave, but just down this street, a 7-minute drive from here, there's another plant here in Indianapolis that's shipping 350 jobs to Mexico. And at that factory tonight, those workers asking, will Donald Trump save our jobs as well?
I hope he saves every American job. I really do.
Trump wasn't able to save all the jobs at the Carrier plant. 600 are still going to Mexico. And Carrier's parent company is still planning to shutter another Indiana factory and send another 700 jobs across the border. Still, the president-elect says he's just sent a very loud message to companies who want to leave.
There will be consequences, meaning they'll be taxed very heavily at the border. If they want to leave, fire all their people, leave.
And Tom Yamas live in Cincinnati tonight. Donald Trump holding a rally there as well. Already critics of this move, the millions in incentives to keep those jobs here. But no question, Tom, that saving hundreds of jobs is a real victory for Mr. Trump even before he takes office.
The president-elect has some real momentum, David, and tonight he starts this thank you tour right here in Cincinnati. They're going to host several events over the next several weeks where President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Pence will be thanking their supporters at events just like this one.
David?
Tom Yamas leading us off from Ohio tonight. Tom, thanks. We are following several other developing stories tonight. The lockdown at a junior high school after parents discovered guns missing at home, fearing their 15-year-old boy took them to school. He did. Their son allegedly firing off a shot before they could even confront him. And ABC's Neil Karlinski with the scene playing out in Salt Lake City.
Tonight, a near tragedy at this junior high school outside Salt Lake City stopped in a way police have rarely seen.
Student with a gun at Miller Park Junior High and saying there was an active shooter. He's under control now, possibly with a 12-gauge shotgun.
Police say a 15-year-old student armed with 2 guns fired 1 shot into the ceiling, threatening students. But investigators say his own parents were already on the way. Concerned about his recent behavior, they rushed to the school, heard the shot, and went towards the sound. These 2 students were 1 classroom away and say it was the shooter's dad who intervened.
Pulled him out of the room and told him to put the gun down and everything.
Police say they disarmed their own son before anyone was hurt. The teen's parents were worried about their son acting strangely. Then they noticed 2 guns missing from their home and assumed the worst. They were right. Police haven't said whether the shooting was intentional or not. They credit the boy's parents with the fact that no one was hurt. David?
Neil Karlinski, thank you. Next tonight, here to the hostage drama at a bank in Jacksonville, Florida. A gunman holding 11 workers and customers hostage, threatening to kill them. SWAT teams rushing to the scene, and ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Jacksonville tonight.
Tonight, an alleged bank robber behind bars after a tense hostage standoff.
This is going to be an active shooter inside the bank.
Just after 9 a.m., SWAT teams and heavily armed snipers racing to the scene. The gunman, 23-year-old Nicholas Daquan Humphrey, terrorizing nearly a dozen hostages with a handgun.
He threatened to kill hostages multiple times. We had verifiable information that he was actually putting the gun to the back of the hostage's head.
Police watching the scene unfold on the credit union surveillance cameras. After 2 hours, 2 people who were hiding from the gunman in a nearby room make a run for it.
My life flashed in front of my eye, but I knew one thing, he wasn't going to get me back there in the room.
And again, created that window of opportunity that we needed to move inside and take him into custody.
The SWAT team storming the bank behind this armored tank, putting themselves between the hostages and the robber as frantic family members watch from nearby. Do you see this? Moments later, the shaken hostages fleeing the bank, their families grateful.
Just a burden lifted off me to know that she is okay.
David Humphrey will face multiple charges. We're told none of the hostages were physically hurt in the standoff. David?
Eva Pilgrim, thank you. Next tonight to the massive wildfires and now the devastation. The hotspot still burning, the search for the missing now underway. And tonight a new message, a significant offer of help from Dolly Parton, who calls that region home. ABC's Gio Benitez is in Tennessee.
Tonight, firefighters chasing down hotspots in the Smoky Mountains. The threat not entirely over despite the rain.
Because fire is a tremendous beast.
That beast killing at least 10.
Let's just watch it for a minute, see if it comes back.
Others still missing. Firefighters searching right now.
We're never going to give up hope.
Sharon Pittman's family is safe, but lost their home. Treasured photos in the ashes.
Just little miracles like that we'll take.
That fire coming dangerously close to Dolly Parton's theme park, Dollywood. And just take a look, you could almost see it. We're told that is where the fire was. Firefighters and employees hosing it down to save this iconic park. Dolly promising $1,000 a month to each family affected.
Now we want to provide a hand up to all those families that have lost everything in the fires.
And David, they're going to need that help. Just take a look at the destruction behind me, a long road ahead. This is the worst fire to hit the state in 100 years. David?
Gio Benitez on the scene. Gio, thanks. And now the stunning toll from the deadly tornado outbreak. 33 confirmed tornadoes in 8 states, and this evening the harrowing story here of a pregnant woman who was thrown as her home was lifted off the ground. Winds 135 miles per hour. How she survived. ABC's Philip Mena from the storm zone tonight.
Tonight, a massive cleanup and recovery effort underway after dozens of tornadoes hit 8 states. At least 5 are dead amid incredible stories of survival. The EF1 tornado that ripped through Leesburg, Mississippi, touched down just feet from Larry Griffin's neighbor's house, incredibly sparing the family home.
You see a lot of tree damage, but you don't even see a shingle off the house.
And in Athens, Tennessee, you're looking at a tiny miracle. Amber Newman, approaching her due date, tried to take shelter in the bathroom with her family when the 135-mile-an-hour tornado threw the house 200 feet into the air.
I finally made it to where I could push the wood off of me.
It took 4 hours to get her to the hospital, where little Ava was delivered a short time later. Mom and baby are fine.
She's the best baby in the world. She's so quiet and sweet. She really doesn't cry.
We had 20 injured and 1 brand new life. Lord works in mysterious ways.
David, those tornadoes stretch more than 500 miles across the southeast. With an outbreak this intense, it's miraculous there weren't even more casualties. David?
Philip Mena, thank you. We do have new reporting tonight after that horrific plane crash in Colombia. Members of that Brazilian soccer team, their Cinderella season, most of them killed in the crash. Tonight, new details here of the final desperate moments in the sky. We are learning there was a second plane with fuel problems landing just as their plane with the team on board was dealing with its emergency. Here's ABC's David Curley.
There was such joy among players and the jet crew as they took off for Colombia and their first finals tournament. The 29-year-old co-pilot making her first flight with the airline, looking forward to flying the team. A flight with a chilling end. The charter jet stacked behind other aircraft in a holding pattern above Medellin. As another jet with a fuel problem is making a priority landing, the soccer charter announces it too has a fuel problem, then an emergency.
First time that anybody knows that they're that low on fuel.
The controller asks the pilot to turn. No, the pilot says he's headed to the airport. The controller quickly orders other jets to turn away. But with no fuel, no electricity, it's too late as the pilot makes his last call for directions, a vector.
Now they're descending, and they're descending into high terrain. They're essentially gliding into oblivion.
At the crash scene, players' shoes, their jerseys among the aircraft wreckage. All 71 killed, now identified as families prepare funerals. And a Brazilian city continuing to mourn. Candlelight and flashlights in the team's stadium.
Moving scene there. David Curley, who covers aviation, with us again tonight. And David, we're learning that one of the survivors was found after the search had actually been called off.
What a remarkable story. It had been suspended because of the weather, David, and then the rain let up and one police officer decided to make another pass by the wreckage, and he heard something and then the screams for help, and it was one of those players that was rescued and carried more than 2 miles to get help.
Wow.
David?
That's a blessing indeed. David Curley, thank you. Next tonight here, the ABC News exclusive. New images and video from one of the deadliest terror attacks in American history in San Bernardino 1 year ago tomorrow. The married couple going on a rampage at the husband's holiday work party, killing 14 people. Tonight, right here, the new image taken in the moments right before they opened fire. The terrorist standing right beside his co-workers who thought he was a friend. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross now.
It was an annual tradition with the San Bernardino County Health Department, a meeting and then a holiday party. And tonight, officials tell ABC News, new evidence shows the Christmas decorations, the tree, the party may have been the trigger that led this employee, Syed Farouk, and his wife to go on their terror rampage.
She had essentially made the statement in an online account that she didn't think that a Muslim should have to participate in a non-Muslim holiday or event.
San Bernardino Police Chief Jared Bergwan tells ABC News the shooting began shortly after Farouk posed in front of the Christmas tree and then left the room.
That possibly is a motive in this case.
Officials now say Farouk, an American citizen, and his wife, Tashfeen Malik, who came here from Pakistan on a fiancé visa, were sharply focused on the holiday gathering. This surveillance video obtained by ABC News shows Farouk at a California firing range just days before the attack, practicing with the weapons he and his wife would use.
911. We have an active shooter here. Okay, ma'am, listen to me. Take a deep breath. Okay, is he still shooting? Oh, my God.
Farouk and his wife killed 14 of his fellow workers at the party and wounded 22 more.
How many rounds did he fire? Oh, my God, 1 million.
A short time later, they posted a message on Facebook pledging allegiance to ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. But officials say the couple actually had to conduct an online search that very morning. Who is the leader of ISIS?
Maybe they didn't truly know who it was.
2 lone wolves.
They're shooting at us from
who died in a fierce gun battle with police after killing so many.
Just incredible that was a year ago now. Tomorrow. Right. Brian with us here tonight, and you're learning that they actually had more terror planned that day?
That's right, David. According to authorities, they left behind 3 pipe bombs in that conference room, and before they were stopped by police, they were circling the neighborhood for hours, trying to get close enough to remotely detonate those bombs and take more lives.
All right, Brian Ross tonight, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Thursday. The emergency rescue playing out, the sudden health scare for an American great, Buzz Aldrin. The medical emergency at the South Pole, the pictures coming in. The manhunt for a bombing suspect, new surveillance images revealed at this hour, the package exploding inside a home, what the victim is telling police tonight. The ABC News exclusive, that husband of the missing mother speaking out on what he now says happened moments after the kidnappers pushed her out of the vehicle, chained and beaten, her hair cut off, how she got help. And Prince Harry and